I want the beer so I look like a real man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TJR Auto channel. My name is Tyler. We got my boy Mike here as always. And behind me, as you people know, is my 04 GTO Gemma. Now, if you guys saw the last video, highly recommend you go check it out if you didn't. We got the 6-liter butted up to the T56 Magnum. And the drivetrain is ready to drop into this car. So, without further ado, let's put the drivetrain in this car. All right, so as you guys know, we've mainly focused our time on the drivetrain for this car, but there's a couple little things we need to do to the chassis before we can drop the drivetrain directly into it. And again, for those who didn't see, 6-liter LQ4 799 aluminum heads and Magnum F back there. It's a good, nice little setup. So here in the crusty, dusty bay, honestly, pretty crazy. The paint has actually held up very nicely in here for rattle cans and whatnot. So we got a nice hood prop because I'm too poor for hood struts, courtesy of Mike. So he said I should stain that. What color do you guys think we should stain that? Should we use some old engine oil? Oh, we could use engine oil from the LS1. Yeah, stain it. Yeah, so that's okay. That's a plan. But first things first, we need to get these old crusty, dusty motor mounts out of here that are blown the hell in back. And then we also need to pull the driver's side header out. We got the driver's side header out with the steering shaft disconnected. That was kind of a pain in the ass for whatever reason. It fought us a little bit, but that's fine. I think that's normal for those. And then we got the motor mounts zipped right out with Mike's new Milwaukee Impact. That thing is a ripper. You can just see how grody these old motor mounts are. I should have done new motor mounts when we did the front end swap, but wasn't really in the budget. So thankfully, I had the money around this time for it. So I picked up some Rev Shift green poly mounts, so they actually look pretty nice. I wish I was able to get the black or the blue color instead of the bright green, but I know those are all different stiffnesses, however you say that word. So we got these, and then this was on sale as 25 bucks. I figured why not. The trans mount on the trans is actually in really good shape, so I figured I might as well throw the poly insert in. Like I said, it was literally 25 bucks on sale, so well worthwhile. Can't tell, these might have a bevel to them. I can't tell, or it's just our eyes playing with us. But we're going to throw these into the subframe lightly. We're not going to tighten them down all the way. And then I figure once we have the motor set onto these, then we can deal with actually tightening them down. So let's get them in. All right, guys, we finally got the drivetrain back into the GTO. She is officially a 6-liter GTO now, which I know all the purists are going to hate, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. So, with that being said, let me flip you around. Let me show you what we're working with. And I just want to say, honestly, this thing looks killer. Huge shout out to my boy Mike for helping me out with this. I don't know. It still doesn't feel real that we're just working closer to this car being back on the road. I feel like I haven't driven this car in a while, which it's really only been a month, but I don't know. With the amount of stuff that's been going on, it feels like it has been forever. So this is going to be so rewarding when we get to fire this thing up and drive it again. But let me show you guys what we're looking like. I did a little bit of paint touch up on the motor and whatnot, so it's looking pretty crispy if I do say so myself. But all right, let me show you. Alrighty, obviously I am beyond stoked with how this thing's looking thus far, but she is looking pretty naked. So let's get to work on throwing the accessories on. Once all the accessories are on, I'll be able to tell if the crank pulley is on all the way or not. But thankfully my buddy Alex actually gave me a crank pulley installer for an LS. So if the pulley needs to go on a little bit more, we have the correct tool to push it on the rest of the way. But again, I want to get all the accessories on. We do also need to finish drilling and tapping the alternator bracket hole ear on the side of this motor. For those who don't know, the iron blocks actually are not drilled and tapped for an alternator mount here, whereas all the LS aluminum blocks, as far as I've heard, do have a hole here like this little guy down here. So we got to finish this, all the accessories, see where our crank pulley lines up. Also wouldn't mind getting the starter on and kind of getting that valley taken care of. And, you know, then we can just keep working towards getting some wires done, lines, and just blah, 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 blah. 1.5 million things to do, but 1 million things have been done. So let's just keep on chugging, people. Alrighty, that's just about a wrap on the accessory drive for the 6-liter. As you guys saw, we did some fresh gaskets, or maybe you didn't see. Fresh gaskets on the water pump, brand new tensioner pulley, because, yeah, that's not supposed to do that. You guys saw, we got the starter on with the blankie, so that should stay nice and, ooh, I messed up the zoom. There we go. So that should keep that thing happy. Yeah, overall looking pretty good. I'm not going to bother throwing on the reservoir yet for the power steering because I need to check the clearance between the intake and our new intake filter setup. It's a OTR intake off of a 0506 car, so we'll see how much modification is needed for that. We might have to beat this guy down a little bit to lower the radiator, which I'm fine with. It's not like this is an original car anymore anyway, so who gives a shit. But overall, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's video. I would say we got a pretty fair amount of work done in the past couple days. So I'd say our timing's not too bad. If I really wanted to grind this thing out, I could probably take a day off of work and have it really close to runnable. But our next goal is basically get all of the electronics done, get almost everything back together, and get it to the point of where we can safely put the battery in the car, put power back to the brain, you know, the ECM, PCM, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I need to be able to download the current tune file so I can send it to the tuner. The tuner can basically see it, make me a startup tune, send me back a safe startup tune the same day that I can send it to him. And then from there, we will be ready to actually fire this thing up. So I don't know if it's next video or 2 videos, so don't hold me to it. But we're trying to make some killer progress and keep the wheels turning on this thing because I want to be spinning these wheels. Not these wheels, these wheels. See what I did there? I'm clever. But as always, thank you guys so much for stopping in this week and watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's content and any of my other content, make sure you subscribe so you keep up to date with my weekly uploads because I try to put out every single week. I do put out every single week for you guys because I love you guys so much. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you subscribed, make sure you drop a like, and definitely drop some comments down below. Let me know if I did anything wrong. Let me know if you learned anything. Let me know if there's stuff you would have done differently. And I love hearing your guys' feedback and getting to see the different ways to do stuff and learning stuff. And it's honestly an awesome little community that we have going. So let's just keep it up. Let's keep it going. We're almost at 1,800, which means almost 2,000, which almost means 5,000, which is almost 10, which is pretty close to 100K. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're on the come up, raising the roof up in this bitch. So yeah, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go do other stuff. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. So make sure to tune in next week. We'll get some more work done on Gemma the Goat. I'm excited.